Hello, agentpreneurs, and welcome to episode 105 of the Daily List Report. While you're here, check the link in the description for the contest we are running. It's almost over. Your time is almost out. You click the link. If you like the channel, you subscribe to it. You can refer friends for more entries. We are giving away 3 $100 gift cards so you can get something nice for yourself. In fact, speaking of getting something nice for yourself, what about a drone? So today's episode, we've got our very own Kameron Graylee, and what Kameron's going to do is going to talk about drones. He's going to introduce a very affordable drone. Now, they don't make that one anymore, but they have a similar version to it with more bells and whistles, but it is an entry-level drone, and he's going to talk a little bit about how easy it is to use. He's going to give you a great introduction on that product. So without further ado, here's Kameron.
Thanks for having me back on the show, Randy. Today's episode is all about drones. They're a great tool for real estate videographers and photographers, but modern technology has made it so that really anyone can fly a drone. You don't need to have a background in photography or know anything about cameras to get one of these in the air and get pictures of your listings looking great. Now, as you know, drones come in different sizes, price points, with various types of features. But today we're talking about one of the smallest, most affordable drones from a reputable brand, the DJI Spark. Now, DJI doesn't currently manufacture the Spark anymore. However, it's very similar to its successor, the DJI Mavic Mini. We'll be talking about both drones today, and I'll link both of them in the description of this video. If you're just getting started with aerial videography or photography, it could be worth looking into the Mavic Mini or the Spark. Both of these are great drones, and they could be considered entry-level drones, right? They don't have all the bells and whistles and higher features of the more expensive drones, but they definitely don't lack in video quality. For example, the Spark shoots 1080p full HD video and has a 12 megapixel camera on the front. As you can see in these sample shots I took over the weekend, the video quality is pretty sharp and it covers most people's basic needs for a drone. The Spark also has a 2-axis gimbal, which stabilizes your footage as you fly, so you won't have to worry about bumpy footage or anything like that. We actually did a whole episode all about a gimbal for your iPhone. Check that one out if you haven't seen it yet. Now, I think of the Spark as a very fun drone. It's small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, and you can actually launch it and land it from the palm of your hand. It can fit in a backpack or a bag, and it weighs less than a pound. It has a maximum speed of 31 miles per hour in sport mode and a maximum height of 500 feet with the remote controller. So those are pretty good specs for something around $300 in price point. One of the downsides to these smaller drones is a shorter battery life. Now, if you've never experimented with drones before, these numbers might shock you, but a typical drone can fly for about 30 minutes in the air on a single charge. The Spark is no exception. Being smaller, it can only fly for about 15 minutes on a single charge. But you can purchase an optional second battery for it, and you can change that one out pretty easily on the go. These drones are not very hard to fly either. In fact, most of DJI's drones come with obstacle avoidance technology. It also has cool features like object trackers and hand gestures that you can start recording with and stop recording with. It's super cool, and maybe we can do a whole video on that in the future, but that's just on the software end of things. Very interesting stuff coming from DJI. So if you're an agent looking to get a quick photo of your property that's going to look great, maybe consider getting a drone. Drones, when it comes to real estate, can help show the area around a house. For example, if your house is located next to a park or next to a shopping center, you can show the proximity to that just by bringing your camera into the air a little bit. Drones also help homebuyers see a more accurate view of a home's layout. This is especially helpful for people that are coming from out of town looking to buy a home and they're not familiar with the community, the area, the landscaping around it. It'll help get a great perspective for those buyers before they come out and see your property in person. As you know, searching for a house online is very common these days, and having great photos of your property only help drive traffic to your listings. Not to mention, drones are just fun to have in general, right? You can go use it on the weekend or pick up a new hobby by flying it. Super cool to learn, and definitely something, if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, to look into. Like I said, the Spark is no longer in production, but the Mavic Mini starts at about $300, and I can put the link in the description. It's a great drone for anyone just trying to dip their toes into aerial photography. Thanks for having me on the show, Randy, and until next time, bye, agentpreneurs.
Cam, thank you so much for doing that. I know we have a lot of agents out there who are curious about drones. Obviously, there's a lot more detail that we can go into, but they are super easy to fly. I love how you talked about it can take off from your hand, They're not scary. You don't have to be a pilot. You don't have to be a photographer. The drone does a lot of the work on its own. And in fact, in the newer versions, the software is incredible. There's programs that you can push and it will take off and come back and circle you in all kinds of amazing, very professional looking shots. So consider adding a drone to your repertoire, to your batch of equipment that you use as an agent. It's really, really fun to do. You can also take great pictures of the family, take them on vacation, do all kinds of amazing things. So Cam, thanks for doing that. If you have any questions for Kameron or any questions about drones, put them in the comments below. And until Monday, be safe, be healthy, be happy, and we'll see you soon.